Check out Paddy Power's new and exclusive Cash Card Plus, available to use online, at ATMs, or even down the local. Paddy Power, you beauty.
Welcome along to It's a Sad Occasion. It's the last football postcast of the season. Mind you, we are nearly in July, so it is about time we wrapped it up. But we've got a special on the Confederations Cup. Yes, you thought there was no football this summer, but there jolly well is. 8 teams battling it out in Russia. It gives the Russians a chance to prepare and get ready for next summer's World Cup, and also the teams as well. So, I'm Bruce Millington, and in the company of my Racing Post colleagues, Mark Langdon and Joe Champion, as well as making a very welcome postcast debut, Amanda Nicolman from Paddy Power. We're going to talk through the 8 teams and look at where the value is on the outright, the groups and the matches. But first of all, like I say, Amanda is making her postcast debut. So welcome along, Amanda. It must be... did you get any sleep last night?
I did. I got plenty of sleep.
I'm sure you did. You're used to broadcasting to a far bigger audience than our little one. But as we always do with a postcast debutant, we ask a few questions just to get to know you.
Dear.
So fire away. Dogs or cats?
Oh, dogs all day.
Oh, I love you already. Well done. Do you own a dog?
I don't. No, I did have one. She's gone many years now, though. Big dog fan, though.
If you're getting another one, what would you get?
Oh, my granddad has a Pomeranian, which I'm obsessed with. He calls it Gunner, which I disagree with, but...
What is a Pomeranian?
A Pomeranian is kind of like a little toy dog.
Ah,
you know
right.
those toy dogs?
Yeah.
But he's very cute, my God.
Jolly good football team?
Man United.
Oh, God.
And Shamrock Rovers.
Shamrock Rovers, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Best ever film?
Oh, Heat. Robert De Niro and Al Pacino.
Oh, yeah, blimey, that's one from the archives. What sort of curry do you order? Do you always have the same one or do you mix it up?
I'd always have a Madras, I'd say.
Excellent.
Spicy girl, yeah.
Jolly good. And the best part of your job?
Talking. I love to talk. I could talk all day.
Brilliant. Okay, great stuff. Thank you, Amanda. Lovely to have you on board. Now, Mark Langdon, before we get stuck into possible bets, just talk us through the Confederations Cup, what it is, who's in it, and what we might learn from it.
In terms of what we've learned, probably not that much.
It's not a pointer to the
not
next
really.
year's
No,
World Cup, no?
Joe was looking at for the RFO. No team has ever done the double actually. So
Blimey.
in terms of Confed Cup and World Cup,
so it's like the Masters Par 3 tournament.
It is,
that what
yeah,
that's exactly it.
Maybe, but I mean, it's more preparation for Russia to get the logistics right in terms of the
hooligans can start choosing the right weapons and all that. Can't
they can have a tear up with nobody because hardly anybody's travelled. I think Chile fans have taken up the second most allocated so far. It's 2 groups of 4: Russia, New Zealand, Portugal, and Mexico. Cameroon, Chile, Australia, and Germany in the other section. 4 teams will go through to the semi-finals. Then we'll have a final. It's often seen as a preparation tournament, but most of them, with the exception of Germany, seem to be taking it seriously.
Okay, Joe, it sounds like you've been boning up on it for the RFO. What can you just tell us about generally? I mean, Mark's touched upon it there with Germany maybe not being as strong, but the rest of them, they're all bang up for it, are they?
Yes, certainly a few of them are. Cristiano Ronaldo's there for Portugal. You know, they've got most of their squad played at the Euros, which is completely different to the Germans, who have got hardly any of their big names. Chile have got Sanchez, they've got Vidal on show. The Russian team, they're missing a few key players for injuries, and they weren't that good at the World Cup anyway.
But it's all on ITV, isn't it? Certainly is.
And I mean, in terms of the main channel as well, I'm sure the racing fans will be pleased to see Russia v New Zealand on the main channel on Saturday. But yeah, that's the way it is.
Absolutely. Okay, right then, Amanda, hit us with an outright show.
Well, just joint favourites here. We have Chile and Portugal priced up at 23-10. Germany are 13-5. Mexico 8s, as well as Russia, and 25 Spar.
Okay, and let's have the group betting as well while we're at it.
Yeah, the group betting here, we have Germany 5-6 favourites to win the group. Chile are 17-10. Cameroon 6s, Australia's 12s. And Group A, we've Portugal odds on 4-5. Russia 21-10 and 7-2. Mexico hundreds about New Zealand.
Right, okay. Mark, just looking at there's a disparity between Germany in the outright and Germany to qualify there, isn't there?
Well, I mean, in terms of qualification, I don't really see a problem. I mean, Australia and Cameroon are quite a bit below what you'd expect really at sort of the top level. But the outright, I mean, I think Germany did start off favourites because people were expecting them to take it more seriously. But Jogi Löw is apologising to nobody, even though he's been heavily criticising Russia, that they see it as complete disrespect that he's let most of the World Cup stars stay at home. But he said, well, you're preparing for a World Cup and so are we, so we'll do it different ways. It's still a good side. I mean, England would love to have some of the players, Drax as the captain, but I do think they are vulnerable, I have to say.
Who do you think will win it then, Mark?
I'm going for Mexico. I think Mexico are a big prize, definitely taking it seriously. All of their main players are there, and you look at that squad. Diego Reyes plays for Espanyol, Moreno's just gone to Roma, Jonathan Dos Santos plays for Villarreal, Fabian had a good tournament, a good season for Frankfurt, Herrera's at Porto, Jimenez plays for Benfica, Javier Hernandez and Vela up front. It's quite a good side, and I'm just going to take you back a year to the Copa America quarter-final.
I wish you would. I've lost absolute fortune since then.
Mexico played Chile in the quarter-final of the Copa America. Mexico went off favourites to win that game. 1 year later, we've got Chile much shorter in the betting.
They did lose 7-0.
They did lose 7-0. That is the one caveat to that. But you know what? It was such a weird result that I'm prepared to forgive it. I think that Mexico completely bottled it on the occasion. It was all around that Donald Trump time. The Copa America was in America. I think they wanted to prove to the American people something, and they actually just Brazilian style just completely flopped. They'd beaten Chile 1-0 in a friendly a couple of weeks earlier. So I think the prices were right. They've only lost twice in their last 36 matches. They've beaten Uruguay. They've drawn with Argentina. That's pretty decent form, I think, coming into it. If you can forgive that 7-0 from 12 months ago, that they could go well.
Okie doke. Mexico for Mark. Who for you, Joe?
Portugal for me, as I've already mentioned. Ronaldo's going, but they've got plenty of other good players. I think I worked it out. They've got 15 of their 23 from the Euros are going. The 8 that aren't there, a couple of reserve goalkeepers. Ricardo Carvalho, he's 40 odd now, so his time's gone. And the players they've got in their place, you've got the likes of Bernardo Silva. He's just gone to Man City for massive money, and Andre Silva as well. Who's gone to Milan for 40 odd million euros. So
motivation an issue there, or?
I don't know who's going to be motivated or not for this, to be honest with you.
If they're out there, they may as well try and win it.
I think if Ronaldo just never takes it easy, does he? So, if he's there, he'll want to win.
Absolutely. Okay, Amanda, have you had a little look at this? Who are you punting?
Yeah, you'd be happy to hear I'm actually going with Chile. So it's nice spread here. Chile equally sending a strong side, as we heard, and of course we're looking forward to seeing Sanchez line out. He's 37 goals for country already, and he does it for fun. It's likely to run riot against Cameroon and Australia, and as mentioned there by Joe, was it Arturo Vidal would be lining out. But I actually like the look of Vargas. He'd be someone I'm looking at for top scorer of the tournament. 33 goals for Chile so far, and he was top scorer in the Copa America back in 2015. And he's at a price of 12s now. And since we're paying 3 places, he could be my shout for a top goal scorer, and also for a Chile win. They're now priced up at 23-10. They were actually bigger, so we've seen a bit of support for them this morning.
Okay, lovely stuff. Thank you, Amanda. We'll have a look at the Golden Boot in greater depth in a minute. First of all, though, competition time every Thursday. We give listeners and viewers the chance to win a £25 or €25 free bet, courtesy of our sponsors, Paddy Power. We ask a question. All you have to do is answer it using the hashtag Postcast for a chance to win. Last week's winner was David Redden from Sheffield. Well done, David. He correctly answered that Mario Mandzukic was the scorer for Juve in the Champions League final. Today's question is, who scored both of England's goals in their 3-2 defeat by France on Monday? Tweet your question using the hashtag Postcast. When are you going to do the answer, Joe? We can't keep people waiting until August.
Just read the last line there.
Oh, sorry, I'll keep reading. There's no football podcast next week, so Paddy Powell will announce the winner after Twitter. All I had to do was carry on reading, wasn't it? It's not that difficult. Right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll look at some of the matches and the Golden Boot.
VIPP Club. Get a £10 free bet every week when you place 5 bets of £10 or more. Max £10 bonus per person per week. Excludes shops. Selected odds. Conditions and exclusions apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.
OK, welcome back. So, Amanda tipped Vargas for the Golden Boot. Amanda, before the lads give their selections, give us a nice full show of betting.
Sure, yeah. Cristiano Ronaldo priced up at 7-4. Sanchez at 5s. Wagner, he's at 10s. Werner at 10s. Andre Silva at 10-1, as well as Chicharito at 12s for Vargas and 14s Bar.
Jolly good. Mark, who do you like?
Well, I mean, Ronaldo would be, a very deserving favourite. I just wonder, though, because Real Madrid used to rotate him towards the end of the season. If Portugal do the same, or whether he gets a full lot of games.
Will he won't let them, will he?
Well, I mean, he's
demand it.
Well, Zinedine Zidane's been able to do it now. I think he has realised his body, maybe, he can actually play better if he just has the odd break. What age is catching up with him, and his knees not the best anyway. So I agree with Amanda on Vargas. He's one I had written down there. He's got 33 in 72 internationals. Alexis has got 37 in 110. So I mean, just on that alone, Vargas looks value. Javier Hernandez was one following on from the Mexico theme, but he's 10s from 20s. So, I'll go with Vargas. And other ones to just watch out for, Wagner or Werner, whoever starts up from for Germany. Hard to know at the moment who that will be. Maybe Draxler then. He's around about 25s. Captain for Germany. I expect Germany to score a lot of goals even if they don't win it.
Is there a third, fourth? That could be quite crucial, couldn't it?
Yeah, I'm not normally in the Confed Cup, but there may well be. I'll have a look.
I think there is, Amanda. Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, Joe, you give your golden boot, and Mark will research the one question in football he doesn't know the answer to.
I was looking at it. I think as I fancy Portugal, if people might want to smash up Ronaldo at 7-4, but Andre Silva is definitely an alternative at 10s. He's he's secured that big money move. His confidence will be high after a good season, and he scored 6 goals in Europe in World Cup qualifying in the European zone. So, yeah, I'll go with Andre Silva each way.
There is a third place playoff. What I would say is that I would expect that to, I mean, if you imagine it's not treated very seriously at World Cup level, you probably won't get the big hitters playing in that third, fourth
they'll
place.
put the reserves out. Give them a go, won't they?
You would have, yeah.
Don't like these international podcasts, Mark, because we can't do they played for both clubs, can we? I miss they played for both. I suppose if England played Ivory Coast, we could do Wilf, but that's about what I can think.
Diego Costa's played for both, has he?
Oh,
Brazil
yeah.
and Spain.
Newstatter's not in the Russian squad. He played for Germany under 21 level, I think, before moving his allegiances to Russia.
God, we could have done it. I didn't realise there were so many. Right, let's get stuck into the first game then. Russia versus New Zealand on Saturday. Amanda, how'd you bet?
Well, we have Russia priced up at 1-3. New Zealand 9-1. The draw is 130.
Okie dokes. Mark, what do you think will happen here?
Yeah, I think a narrow Russia win. I mean, Russia to nil is one option. Maybe just Russia 1-0, 2-0, splitting your stakes there. Nobody in the Russian squad has got more than 7 goals to their name at international level. As Joe mentioned earlier, there's a few players not there, like Zhagoyev and Dzyuba as well, who probably would be 2 of their main goal threats. New Zealand got Chris Wood, but don't score many goals, when they're in a proper international game. They've beaten 1-0 by Northern Ireland recently as well. So I expect Russia to win to 0, and I think a low-scoring victory is the way to go.
They do the hacker in football, New Zealand.
No, they don't know.
Oh, that's a shame.
Called the All Whites is their nickname, so they do take a little bit of the Russian, the rugby kind of line.
The All White. Do you know what the New Zealand basketball team are called? This is true.
Silver Fans?
No.
Who's that?
The Tall Blacks. That's true.
Very good.
That's true. Like Joe, what's going to happen in Russia v New Zealand?
Similar to Mark, really. I fancy under 2.5 goals. Russia haven't got a lot of attacking threat, and this New Zealand team, they're effectively just making up the numbers, I think. But at the World Cup, they were solid enough 3 years ago. They've got a few. They're missing Winston Reid. That's a big blow. The captain's out, but. They're not a great side. I don't expect them to trouble Russia too much. So I'll go unders 2.5 goals. Yeah.
Under 2.5. So what price have we got then, Amanda, for Russia to win to 0 and under 2.5 goals, please?
Under 2.5 goals, we have priced up at 10-11. And Russia to win to 0 is at 5-6.
5-6. Well done. Very fast fingers. Excellent. Very impressed. And give us a tip. Impress us even more.
I'm going to go with Smolov to score a hat-trick here in this match. It's at a ridiculous price. He has 7 goals for Russia. We mentioned that they don't have many goals in them. He's 21 caps and 7 goals, and he's done well for Krasnodar this year. He scored 24 goals for them. Since New Zealand are very unlikely to score, I think that Russia to win 2-0 is also a great bet. But Smolov to score a hat-trick at 19-1 at little money.
19-1, obscure price.
It was one I'd written down for first goal scorer, actually, Smolov as well.
He's 11-4 to score the first.
I think he is their biggest goal threat.
Jolly good stuff. Anything else you like in the first batch of group matches?
No, I think it's quite difficult really to know. I mean, I expect Chile to beat Cameroon, but I mean that's priced up accordingly. Interestingly, with Australia, apparently they've got the rough end of the deal in terms of travelling. They've already had to travel a long way for this tournament, but they've also got to go to the top of Russia, then to the bottom, or maybe it's the other way around, and then to the middle. They've definitely drawn the short straw in travelling. So they haven't got a very good team at the moment either. So I think they could take a few pastings against Germany and Chile.
How did that work out in the end, Mark? We did that really good piece, didn't we, about travelling in Brazil?
In the end, Germany had to do the most amount of travelling,
and they won it.
And they won it. Yeah.
Oh well.
So it didn't. Maybe it worked out for
all
a lot
that
of teams.
research we did.
Yeah.
Turned out to be a load of our bollocks. Never mind. Right, Joe, what have you got for us in the groups?
Similar thoughts. I think Australia are going to struggle. I'd just maybe chance Germany half-time, full-time at around even money, but I've not got a strong opinion on anything really.
Okie doke. Anything from you, Amanda, on the other group games?
Yeah, the 4:00 kick on Sunday, Portugal up against Mexico. A man that never got in the Real side, of course, Hernandez, who we talked about earlier on. Since we saw Portugal struggle a little bit, I suppose, warming up in the Euros, I'd say possibly a price at 13-2 for Chicharito to score that first goal could be a shout.
Jolly good. Let's get the naps.
This will not be beaten.
Ladies first, Amanda, your best Confederations Cup bet.
Oh, my best bet has to be Chile to top Group B, priced up at 17-10, and I'm going to go with Vargas to be the top scorer at each way, 12-1.
Well played. Mark?
Yeah, I'll go keep it pretty simple here. Mexico each way.
Mexico each way, and Joe?
Yeah, I agree with Amanda. Chile to top Group B. I think that German team are there for the taking, really.
Lovely stuff. OK, so like I say, that was the last postcast. We're going to have a quick break, and then we're back at the start of August, indeed, August 12, 13. Before then, we'll be looking at the first batch of Premier League matches, and we'll also be having a look at who's going to win it. It's getting very exciting, and to whet our appetite, we can't just leave it without getting stuck in on an early tip. First of all, Amanda, give us a quick blast of Premier League prices, and then we can all have a guess on who's going to win.
OK, Man City top the betting, priced up at 2-1. Man United 130, Chelsea 7-2, Spurs 7-1, 11s for Liverpool and Arsenal, and 150-1 bar.
Joe?
I've put up Chelsea. I'm not going to abandon them just yet. I just want to make sure they do the right transfer dealings. It looks like Costa's on his way. But Lukaku's expected to come in, so I'm not going to abandon them.
You're sticking with Chelsea. Amanda?
I think Man City are rightly favourites, on paper the best team, and with the best manager, I'd say that decent signing as well in Bernardo Silva. I think youth could be the key for them this year. He's only 22 and he did really well at Monaco this year, so I'm going to side with them. I think Aguero is likely to go on the move as well. That's what the rumour mill is saying.
Is he? I thought he was staying. Mind you, I never believed this. I don't bother. I don't listen to a single bit of transfer gossip. When they run out the tunnel for the first game of the new season wearing a particular kit, then that's when I pay attention to who plays for who. Mark,
I know it's hard to keep a track.
It's just boring, isn't it? Who cares? It just goes on and on and on. I'm going to disengage from now till August. What do you think, Mark?
Well, first thing, so I think Liverpool in a match bet against Arsenal would be a stonking bet. They're the same price on the outright. I fully expect Liverpool to go quite well this season, maybe even all the way if they can make the right signings. At the moment, though, I think Man City at 2-1 is very fair
They've
price.
shortened a little bit, haven't they, Mark?
I'm expecting them to. I'd be surprised if you can get 2-1 come August. I mean, you sort of had Gabriel Jesus, Bernardo Silva, and a goalkeeper to what they had, and a fit Vincent Kompany.
But is he going to be fit though, Mark?
Well,
I'm not sure he is. I remember speaking to a professional footballer who had to retire with exactly the same injury that he's got, and he said what happens is you get X amount of games before it goes again, then you get a slightly fewer and it goes again, then slightly fewer. He said he hopes he's wrong, but he just said that Kompany will just keep getting less and less games and then it will go
But I'm
again.
pretty sure if City are of that opinion, they'll just go and buy another centre back.
Well, they're not showing it. Why are they buying? Why are they showing so little interest in defenders?
Well, maybe they are. Maybe they're following your
That's
lead
true.
and
Not bothering- not
bothering
quiet.
telling everybody. I mean, it looks like they're going to buy a couple of fullbacks, which was an obvious weakness for them last season. Looks like Cole Walker and maybe Bertrand as well. I think they'd be two really good signings. And you compare their price to, say, Manchester United.
Oh, yeah, well, that's a joke price, isn't it?
And I just think that I think City will definitely shorten up.
Okay, and a quick one before we go. The nap for the first round of matches. Mark, we'll stick with you.
Yeah, I'd quite liked Everton really to beat Stoke. I'm expecting Everton to spend a lot of money, even if they do lose one or two key players.
Getting the goalie, aren't they?
Yeah, I mean that'll help. They've played without a goalkeeper for a year, and I think Stoke could be in a bit of trouble this season.
What price are Everton to beat Stoke, Amanda?
Everton are 4 to 6.
4 to 6. Oh yeah, we've got to work out when the cut-off is.
We're just having this discussion. I think the cut-off's after the Confederations Cup, because if it was a World Cup, you would still say this season's World
fine.
Cup. So Stoke, I thought, were pretty awful in the season that's just ended.
Okay, Joe, your best bet for the first set of matches next season.
I don't really have one at the
No,
moment.
that's fine. Good. I like it when people are nice and honest. Amanda, have you got anything? Anything grab your eye from that little list of the opening games?
Yeah, well, obviously been a United fan. That's the match that drew my eye at Old Trafford.
Who have you got?
We're playing West Ham.
All right.
So I actually think it's the match of the opening fixtures. There's nothing really there catching my eye bar that. I'm not saying that it's biased.
I am.
Yeah. But no, be interesting for Man United. Of course, we've lost and gained a Swede. Lindelof confirmed his signing there last night. So, but no Zlatan, and of course we're definitely going to need someone up front. So I'll be just interested to see how they get on in their first match.
What price are United for that?
They're very short now. They're 3 to 10. So certainly putting them into a few acas.
Not for me, thank you. Okay, Amanda, great stuff. What a fantastic debut. I hope you're going to come and join us again next season, are you?
Oh, I'd love to come back, yes.
Please do. Mark, when you having your hard-earned break?
Not really having one this summer, Bruce.
You need one. You're like Ronaldo. You're going to burn yourself out.
No,
You just keep going.
I'm going all the way through, really, and then I am. Yeah. So,
and then maybe a September.
No, the last 2 weeks of August. Wait for the kids to finish school before I take the break this year.
You're going to a Sunshine Isle?
No, we're saving the pennies. We're going to Orlando next year, so that's
beautiful.
That is breaking the bank.
Okay, but do rest. We don't want you burning out.
No,
Joe, what about you? Where you
rest,
off on a lads' holiday, off to Magaluf or somewhere?
No holidays, but I'm off to Glastonbury next week.
Glastonbury, that's going to be lovely weather for that, isn't it? Which band are you most looking forward to seeing?
Radiohead.
Yeah,
Big
well
fan.
said. That'll be great. Do you think they'll do the obscure stuff or Creep and all your old favourite hits?
When I saw them at Reading a few years ago, they opened with Creep, which surprised everyone. So,
That's amazing.
yeah.
I'm very jealous. You're not going to Glastonbury, Amanda, are you?
No, I'm not. I have a big birthday, though, this weekend.
What, yours?
Yes.
Is it a landmark?
It is.
Come on.
I'm not 21.
What does it begin with?
Oh, God. No, I'm 30. I'm 30 on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. What
Yes.
a lovely age. And what are you going to do? What plans have you got? Big
Yeah,
party?
Yes, big party. All planned. Probably 50 people there. I only booked the cake and the balloons there this morning, so
You're not
I'm
having
not
any
very
of those Paddy
organised.
Power Herberts going along, are you? Ruining it and puking
No,
up
of
on the
course
dance floor?
not.
No? Good. Excellent. Okay, well, listen, happy birthday for Saturday. Thanks for
Thank
joining
you.
us. We will be back next season with more great Racing Post's postcasts every Thursday.
Check out Paddy's new VIPP Club. Get a £10 free bet every week when you place 5 bets of £10 or more. Max £10 bonus per person per week. Excludes shops. Selected odds. Conditions and exclusions apply. 18+. BeGambleAware.org.